From the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park in Carmel Valley area, this is the boys under 9 Presidio League match between the Del Mar Sharks and the Poway Vaqueros. Let's get the lineup first for the Del Mar Sharks, this being their home field. They are head coached by Roy Ashcroft. The team manager is Kendra Farber. Let's get the lineup. Number 2 will be Brady at defense. Number 4 will be Mick at forward. Number 5 at forward or striker is going to be Noah. Number 6 at defender or midfield is Addison. Number 7 at mid or forward is Jacob. Number 8 at a keeper position or forward position is Benjamin. Number 10 at a forward, he can play keeper or striker, is Jin Woo Kang. And he's number 10. Number 11 is Brandon. He can play keeper or defense, midfield or forward. Number 13 at defense is Colin. Number 14 at striker is Owen. Number 15, and he's a striker or midfield player, is Kyle. And that's your lineup for the Del Mar Sharks. We will find out who the actual keeper is to start off the match in just a moment, and we'll get it underway. So stick with us from the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park in the Carmel Valley area. This boys under 9 match is about ready to get underway. So shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. Going from left to right is going to be the Poway Vaqueros. They're in all green, and going from right to left is the Del Mar Sharks, playing right here at home, and we're underway. With it now, Owen. And he gets it out to Mick. Mick along the right flank. Mick going to go diagonal now into the central with Benjamin. Benjamin being marked heavily. The ball taken away by the Vaqueros now into central. Number 9 with it. And he wants to draw it back out of the midfield. And along that left flank, they still have it. It goes out of play. Lastly, touchdown by the Vaqueros. So it'll be a throw-in for the Del Mar Sharks now. 0-0 match. Just the first 30 seconds to a minute of the match. They play 25-minute halves here at the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. In the central now. With it was Brandon. And Brandon sends an early ball down. He's got his teammate there. He had the orange cleats, and that was Jacob. Jacob drawing it back. And now to central with Benjamin. Benjamin trying to get his striker to get onto it. Could not. It was intercepted in the defensive third and pushed along the right flank. And that ball is knocked out of play as protecting over there in the space, I believe was Brandon who came over there. Vaqueros throw it into space now. Trying to keep things going for them. Try to get it in at attacking third in this 0-0 match. Opening few minutes. Under the cloudy skies, or more of an overcast, kind of the fog along the coastline here. Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. This ball sent to the 18-yard box now, and trying to strike it was number 9 there for the Vaqueros. Now he draws it back out top, and they continue their offensive possession here. Do the Vaqueros, but stiffening up there with a wall. Nicely done in this 8v8 match, and it goes down, and a save by Jin Woo Kang. Jin Woo Kang, the keeper, making his save for the Del Mar Sharks. However, the Vaqueros still on a soccer ball. However, they give it up now. The Sharks now try to get it a counterattack, and a miss into central, and that was dangerous. But running onto it now is Jacob. Jacob on the near side. Jacob, with time and space, tries to service that soccer ball, and it got intercepted. Like coming in there to try to pinch him in was Addison, and he did, as it went off the Vaqueros players' cleat. And a throw in now. Addison throwing it in, trying to get a teammate to run onto it. Addison and his teammate Jacob into space. And it goes out past the goal line off the Vaqueros, so it's going to be a corner kick. So the CK, the first set piece of the match, the Del Mar Sharks have it.
Addison, go on front post. Go to the keeper. There you go.
From the near side. Let's see how they play it. Going to be an outswinger and in-swinger. Usually with these kids, it's usually either straight on, but sometimes they'll swing, try to swing it out. It's straight on and knocked out by the Vaqueros, number 9, so it's going to be, again, another Jacob try on the CK to try to get his teammates to get onto that soccer ball and keep the offensive possession here in a box. Intercepted again. Number 9 doing the second intercept, and he pushes it upfield, but he has an intercept of Benjamin now for the Sharks. Benjamin applying pressure now as he wants to keep it pinched in there, and it's knocked off of his foot, and they're still back just right outside their 18-yard box. And when I mentioned 18-yard box and 6-yard box, it's figuratively. Obviously, that is from the World Class or the World Cup and, you know, the professional players, but different things happen in the 18-yard box, so it has to be mentioned in that way, and it has to be marked off. So the Vaqueros want to get it started on to their left side of their attack. Rolls over to Benjamin now. Benjamin keeps it in and pushes it with his teammate Owen over into the corner. Owen back to Benjamin, and this time back to Owen. Owen now in the box, and it's deflected, and it will be a corner kick, and this time from the other side of the field. And the third corner kick of the match now for the Del Mar Sharks. Sharks going to try it from the other side of the field, far side touchline, and it's intercepted there in the 6-yard box. However, maybe a giveaway. No, they're still on it, the Vaqueros, but it's still in the 18. On it, a strike there by Benjamin, and it deflected. It went over to Mick for a second there, and now way out to Colin, who serves it right back toward the 18-yard box. They're still on it, the Sharks, and they give it away deep in the back for the Vaqueros. Still trying to work with it, having trouble now, trying to get it out of their own defensive third. They push it up, and finally they get a strike, and it goes towards midfield now. And a strike there by Brandon now. Brandon pushing it forward, but an intercept as they push up from the back across midfield of Vaqueros, and they give it away now to the Sharks. The Sharks now on the counterattack again. They push it out to the wide with Owen. He's got a runner on the wide side of service into the box, and is intercepted that time by number 10 in the central of the box for the Vaqueros. Nice job for the Vaqueros. However, they still can't get out of their own half of the field. They have it in the central. But right there in the space is Jacob. He nearly had it. He gave it away. However, they have it, the Vaqueros, in green, pushing it upfield. Nicely blocked there by Brandon, and it caroms over to the central. And on it there is Benjamin. Benjamin looking for his teammate, and that would have been Jacob, but Jacob wasn't in the vicinity that time. So they intercepted and push it up the field. They go along the left flank this time with number 24 for the Vaqueros. In this 0-0 match, he's being marked heavily that time by Colin, and Colin knocks it out of play in a far side touchline. They keep the progression that time for the Vaqueros from ensuing down along that left flank. And so now they have to throw it in. And it's 0-0 match. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for LandryVidProductions.com with George on the camera. If I failed to mention that, George, always happy to have him. Don't get him that often, but from time to time, we get lucky. He's the creator of LandryVidProductions.com down at Central as the Del Mar Sharks try to get onto that soccer ball in that defensive half, and it goes out of play in this boys under 9 match, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Sharks. Addison not going to throw it in. He's going to give way to his teammate, is going to throw it in the white and blue. The Delmar Sharks at their home field along the left flank here, all the way down to number 7, Jacob. Jacob trying to continue on in the box. They take it away and push it out of their box to the Vaqueros, and they try to get it to midfield. Intercepted, though, and sent back toward their defensive third, and trying to continue on, but they cannot, as the youngster could not get the strike that he wanted, number 10 for the Vaqueros. So you got to get away to the Delmar Sharks on the near side. The throw in now by Addison, and it's intercepted. Addison going to try it again. Addison's got his teammate. Nice hitter that time by Owen. Owen pushes that ball into the central. Missed that time by Benjamin, and he gives it away to the Vaqueros as they try to work their way back up the field. But nicely done as they step it up in the central. They've got now Jacob. Jacob with his soccer ball. Jacob pursuing it now, and he may run out of real estate. And let's see, it will be, though, off of number 17 of Vaqueros. So nice run there by Jacob, and it's going to now be a throw-in for the Delmar Sharks. 0-0 in the match in the first half. Working our way halfway through. Here's Jacob again. Jacob works it back. He's got a teammate who wants to feed it right back in that 18-yard box, but they got a nice little wall, and they're able to get it out of there. Only momentarily, though, up the field. As that ball with a lot of English, and taking a shot nicely was Addison. It was blocked. He takes another one. It's blocked again. Nearly a handball, but the center ref didn't see it now. But down to Central, winning that ball. On it is Owen. Owen in the box, and they knock it out of the goal line. Owen, a nice run down to Central to the box, and he was going to try to put it in the back of the net if he could, but that time they were able to get to it and push it past the goal line, and it will be a corner kick.
Okay,
The fourth corner kick for the Sharks now. Toward the 6-yard box almost, but not quite. However, still in the 18-yard box on a Karam toward the Central, and a pass into the interior, but nobody was able to get to that. It was a little bit too high for Jacob. And pushed up the field by the Vaqueros along the left side, and it goes out of play. They can't get the connector on the other side of that pass. And number 17 in his own defensive third, push it up to 24 along the left flank, and they again try to connect with number 5, but that ball had too much pace on it, and it goes out of play. So again, the Sharks still have the possession along the far side touchline to throw it in. And at midfield, though, the Vaqueros winning it now, and they've got to run along that left flank, and it goes out of play. Lastly, knocked out, or touched out by number 9 as he tried to go along, but the possession of that ball was a little bit too much for him that time. And now he's trying to get after it now, but he can't get it. But he does have a teammate, 24, who has tried to do some things offensively for the Vaqueros in this match, but having a tough time to be able to do that. As the ball comes to us, we had the same thing happen up in Huntington Beach yesterday when we did the Coast Soccer League match in the boys under 9. A throw-in for the Delmar Sharks now, and that throw-in was by Addison. Addison has Owen in the central. Owen's going to work it out wide to his teammate Mick. Mick on the run, and that ball is knocked out, and it's going to be a corner kick as number 17 of the Vaqueros knocking it past the goal line. Mick a nice run, and he's going to have the 6th CK in the first half and in the match. Knocked out again. It'll be number 7 now in the CK action for the Delmar Sharks. It goes over to Addison. Addison's shot. It was blocked that time. Jacob was standing right next to the shot, but they were able to push it up the field. Jacob now trying to get it along with his teammate in the 18-yard box, and that is Owen. Owen on the near side. Owen trying to get to it. He can't quite, but pinching in is Benjamin. Benjamin now has it. Benjamin, a collision there. It's in the box. Back to Owen. Now here's Jacob. Jacob, a little time and space. They're putting a lot of pressure on Jacob. He's trying to draw it back to get to a teammate to maybe do something with it, but that didn't happen as they steal it and push it up out of their own defensive third and in midfield now. But running over to it is Mick. And the Del Mar Sharks showing their ability from side to side to get to that soccer ball, or if you will, east to west to get to the soccer ball, north to south. And they're winning the territorial advantage big time, and they're also getting most of the touches in this match. But the Vaqueros, they try to get something going down the left flank, and then it gets disrupted. The throw in by the Sharks in their own half. It's knocked out. And it's knocked out by the Sharks, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Vaqueros. And it's 0-0 match here at the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park in Carmel Valley. Carmel Valley area, south of Del Mar, the city. And on the run on the near side, number 2, but he can't go any further as it's taken away. And pushed across midfield on a run for Jacob, and an early ball in the box, and he goes down, and the center ref says play on. Nearly a foul in the box, and it would have resulted in a penalty shot. It was very close. The throw in, Addison, and a header. And Jacob strikes it, and he had in the area Owen, but it didn't get to him. And a foul that time. It'll be a free kick. A foul by Addison, and he says to the young man, "Are you okay?" And he shakes it off for the Vaqueros, and they'll have a free kick. Good sportsmanship there by Addison. Now they gets it over to number 2, and it's intercepted. Nicely done as he jumps up in the air there, Addison, intercepting that soccer ball. And now brought over to Owen. Owen with time and space wants to go diagonal, and might not have been such a good decision, but it's okay. They're only under 9, and in the back, Brandon running onto the soccer ball. Push it up to Jacob, nearly a handball, but not. Pushed to the outside, and the pass attempted for Jacob that time by Mick, and it never got there. And it goes out of play by the Vaqueros. It'll be a throw-in. The Del Mar Sharks. Substitutions coming in for the Sharks. Head coach Roy Ashcroft want to get some fresh players in. Is Brady coming in, number 2, and number 15, Kyle, is into the contest. Replacing Jacob, who did a fine job while he was in, and Mick coming out for the Sharks. Remember, if we do not mention any of the substitutions that come in, we'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball. Sometimes from the far side, it's tough to see. The players do not have their numbers in the front, either of their jerseys or their shorts. Sometimes some clubs do on their shorts. Del Mar Sharks are going to throw it in and attacking third toward the 18-yard box, and knocked out by number 17 of the Vaqueros, City of Poway.
Now lift. There you go. Perfect. Finish it, Kyle.
And in the 18-yard box, a shot was taken, and a save was made by the keeper. And that time, Kyle was able to get a left foot onto it, and it bended right at the keeper, but he was able to protect the near post and make the save. They push it all the way down for an early ball, number 7 for the Vaqueros. However, getting back, I believe it's Collin again. Or no, that was Addison again, making the intercept and pushing it out of play. The Vaqueros will throw it in this 0-0 match. LandrymanProductions.com. You want to see any of our videos, all you have to do is go to YouTube, and you can do that. And you will see some single-player videos and also some club videos. We have quite a few of those on YouTube. Just type in LandrymanProductions.com. Or not .com, it's just Landryman Productions. All righty, along the far side, and you have Owen on the move, and that ball in the back now, and it is out. It's going to be a corner kick. This one being the 8th corner kick of the match into Brady. And now up the field, chasing it down is Owen, but it's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in for the Sharks.
Step back, Brandon, back up. Brandon, back up. Where's Colin gone?
Try to get into that attacking third, not quite. Intercepted by the Vaqueros, pushing it up, intercepted there by Colin, and now it rolls over to Brady. Brady onto it. Brady down to central. He had Kyle. Kyle chases it down, and he goes after it again, but they in the deep back are going to be able to push it out of their box on 2 strikes, but into space nicely is Brandon. Brandon now, who's a defender, and they've reduced to the size of the field. They're all in the defensive half of the Vaqueros. Nobody was on their own defensive half of the field other than the keeper. The Sharks really trying to pinch him in and put a lot of pressure on him. Trying down the middle is Kyle. Along the left side, they push it up, and it is going to be knocked out by the Del Mar Sharks. Going to be a throw-in, but they're going to get some substitutions, Vaqueros, along that far side touchline in a 0-0 match here at Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park.
And again, lift. Owen, go big into the box.
After the throw-in, Benjamin now working with it is Owen. Owen under a lot of pressure. Owen gets away from the pressure. Owen slits between 2 people, and now it is blocked, but sent into the 18-yard box on a couple of bounces. The keeper has no problem that time making the save.
That ball was for you.
Working our way towards halftime now. The keeper right to Addison. Addison on the intercept. Remember, Addison could jump up a little bit and be able to stop that soccer ball from getting behind him. He's proved that before. The Vaqueros moving up the field across midfield. They want to work the offense down the left flank, but of course, there's Brandon again. Brandon, who is also a keeper, and was mentioned that he plays 3 different positions along with keeper. And you could kind of see why. Knocking that ball and stopping their progression along the left flank, and they've had problems with that even though they've tried it. They haven't been very successful. And coming back the other way is Kyle. Kyle, now one player in a central able to stop his progress, and they have 2 players there in the box. But here's Kyle again. Kyle on the soccer ball. Kyle going to take a shot, but he misses it along the near post on the outside. But he still got a shot off in the 18-yard box.
Owen, get a break.
The Vaqueros substituting again. And also the Sharks. Mick coming back into the contest as Owen comes out.
Push in. Over this side. Over. Colin.
The goal kick for the Vaqueros, who are knotted up in a 0-0 match with the Del Mar Sharks.
Addison. Yeah, we're back now.
Trying to stop it there was Addison. He wasn't able to do it that time. Trying to go forward there was Mick, but it was knocked out of play by number 7 for the Vaqueros. Throw in by Mick. On the near side, the Vaqueros have it. Triple team that time, and it gave right away to Brandon, but Brandon's pass was intercepted. Kyle now, double teamed, and staying with it is Benjamin. Trying to work it back to Kyle, he never got it, but Addison again in his space on the intercept. A miss, and retreating back is Colin to protect in the central, and he pushes it all the way across midfield, and now he'll have his teammates to help him out back in the defensive half. Knocked out again along the far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in. Throw-in by number 17 by the Vaqueros, by Brady. In his space, intercepted again by the Sharks. They continue to be able to intercept the ball in space and push it forward in the direction they want to go. And the Vaqueros having a hard time impeding them from continuing on as they're able to get down and towards that attacking third. Coming on to it is Brady. Intercepted, though. Here go the Vaqueros along that left flank. Mentioned they've had a hard time, and now they got something going, and it goes past the goal line. But they finally get to have a run along that left flank, the Vaqueros, and they finally got into the attacking third and back just outside the 18-yard box and got a shot off. But it wasn't accurate enough, though, as Brandon tees it up for the goal kick. Along the right side of their attack for the Sharks. Pushing it across midfield by Mick. 9 has it, but his pass is intercepted. Coming and intercepting in his space, anticipating nicely is Brandon again. You saw him in a deep back. Here he is again. Creating a lot of problems for the offensive attack. The Vaqueros, but now they have it out wide with number 3. His service is a pretty good play and a save by the keeper. Jin Nu Kang was able to reach out as it tried to trickle behind him and go past the line into the box, into the net, I should say. So, nice play by number 3 to take a good shot, and that is the best chance they've had to try to score in this match. Intercepted that time by Benjamin and knocked out a play past the goal line. And now the Vaqueros, for the first time in the match, will have a CK. Unless I missed one for them. On the near side, number 11, the set piece in the box. They have number 2. Number 2 trying to do something with it. And that's the end of the first half of action, 25-minute halves. And the first one is in the books. 0-0 between the Poway Vaqueros and the Del Mar Sharks right here at the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. Stick with us. And during the intermission, you'll see what the players are attending to as listening to their coaches. And then we'll be right back with the second half of this boys under 9 match in the Presidio League.
Hey, good job, Brandon. Very good job, well done.
Action set to get underway in the second half as the Del Mar Sharks appear to be ready for a second half here at their home field in a 0-0 match.
Shake.
You've got the Poway Vaqueros going from right to left, and left to right is going to be the Del Mar Sharks. Addison, number 6, will be the keeper for the second half. And as time moves on, it starts to warm up a little bit. The sun hasn't come out yet, but you can start to feel it's getting a little bit warmer. Still very, very kind of chilly, you know, here in September. Presidio League opening week. And your own defensive third now trying to protect this Colin. As the Vaqueros, who started putting pressure, as Brandon in the central able to push that ball. Jin Nu Kang. And he got it to the central of Kyle. Kyle working out wide to Mick. And that ball goes past the goal line. And when you see over there in your video, as more teams are starting to come, more parents are around, as we were the first games here at the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. In the 18-yard box, knocked out that time by 24 as they being the Sharks, their first CK of the second half. They had 7 in the first half. That shows you the territorial advantage that they had. They have 8 now in a match and make that 9 with this one. In the 18-yard box. Can't quite win it. However, coming into the space, there's Mick, and it's knocked out by the Vaqueros, protecting into space. It'll be a throw-in. Throw-in by Colin. Colin on the near side, looking for Mick. Mick chasing it down. Mick on a service, and a save is made by the keeper for the Vaqueros. And actually, that ball was past the goal line. I thought it was, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Hey, stop. Ben, slide over. Brady, slide over.
Intercepting, nicely done by Mick, and a save is made by the keeper. He was able to get in position to make that save because Mick got a shot off quickly that time off the intercept.
Look at Mick. Kyle.
And the bid for the Sharks to take the 1-0 lead down to Central now.
What are you waiting for?
The Vaqueros, again, as they had to do in their first half, protect in their own defensive third.
Right, go on, Mick, you're in. Look at Kyle.
Mick
Go on, Mick, now.
going after it. After 50-50 ball, it caroms off to the wide, and it's going to be a foul and a free kick. Foul on its number 17, inadvertently running into Mick. So Mick has the free kick. Just a couple few feet outside 18-yard box. He strikes it well at a header, and they were able to push it back out of their 6-yard box. But that was a good strike by Mick. Along the left side of the keeper, right side of their attack. And he bended that ball. He just couldn't get a striker or somebody to strike it and put it in the back of the net. Jinu Kang was able to push that ball past the goal line. He stepped in and intercepted it that time. Remember, he was playing keeper in the first half. Kyle intercepted by the Vaqueros, but it can't get it out of their own half. Here's Mick again, trying to do something in attacking third along the right side. The right flank there. And they push it up the field. And it now is going to be a throw-in. Throw in by Colin as it was pushed out by the Vaqueros. Colin throwing it in along the right side, but they intercepted. They stiffen up and push it across midfield to the Vaqueros. But in the central, it's Brandon. Brandon along the central, trying to find somebody there. It's Kyle. And Kyle's able to win it and push it all the way down on an early ball for Mick. Mick in the corner. Mick might get that service. He does into the 6-yard box, but the keeper has time and space able to make the save. Nice run again by Mick, creating problems along the right flank. And left side defense for the Vaqueros. Winning at that time with Benjamin. Benjamin trying to go down to central. He wanted to go back out wide to Mick, but it got intercepted. Back up the field now. Jinu Kang, though, he drops it off to his teammate now, and they get the long ball going for Kyle. Kyle's got it. Kyle, he wants to switch it over to Mick, and Mick keep it in. Too much pace on a soccer ball. The one with the geometric designs, the one of the most famous sport in the world. It's called football in most countries, soccer in this one, because we got another sport called football, and I think they're playing today. Anyways, throw it in, the Vaqueros. Now, trying to continue their offensive attack. In the central. Intercepted by Number 11 there for the Vaqueros. And he gets it again as they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do in the central. But finally, stepping into space there is Jinu Kang. Nicely done. And he's got some pressure, though. Number 9 wins it and pushes it across midfield for the Vaqueros for a run by number 5. And he won't be able to get to it as too much pace on a soccer ball along the right flank for the Vaqueros. So the throw in.
Addison.
Intercepted, and the Vaqueros might have something going now here with number 24 ranging on the near side. And Mick comes into space and keeps it from going into that 18-yard box. Nicely done by Mick.
You, Mark, push Chino on.
However, number 24 for the Vaqueros is going to throw it in on the near side touchline. And it's 0-0 match still here in the second half.
Stay away, clear the ball out the box.
The Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park.
Away.
Number 24, he strikes it in the central, trying to get a header that time, but number 9 couldn't quite get up high enough. But that was a nicely done play, though, by 24. He knew what he wanted to do, but he just couldn't get his teammate to get to it. And if he strikes it down a little bit lower, they've got a dangerous play towards the net.
Push on the 11.
Number 9 going to throw it in for the Vaqueros in his boys under 9 match, the Presidio League 2010. Greg G.K. Porter, happy to be with you, along with George on the camera. LandonProductions.com.
Again, come on, Kyle.
Check our website out, George Landon Productions.
Come on. Start, Nick, start. And again.
Or check us out on YouTube. On the move, Vaqueros in the attack. And they try to get a strike. They had one in the 6-yard box, but he just couldn't handle the soccer ball. That was a good strike in the 6, but their teammate, he got hurt trying to get to that soccer ball. Kind of, I don't know, he fell on his shoulder a little bit, and he's kind of smarting, trying to get to that soccer ball, but that was a pretty dangerous play to Vaqueros. They've had a couple in this match. Even though they've been beaten by all the touches and a territorial advantage, they've had a few chances where they nearly could have got a score in this match. And it's still 0-0.
Go on, Kyle. Look at this side. Jim Wu, tell him, talk.
Kyle now. And what I just mentioned is the beauty of soccer. There's a collision, and center ref allows him to play on, and he may blow his whistle now and play is stopped.
He's gone past him. He's pulled him down.
Jinu Kang got hit up in the facial area, and we're going to take a timeout in this 0-0 match in the second half. Presidio League Del Mar Sharks and the Poway Vaqueros. And Jinu Kang, who played keeper in the first half, is coming out. And he got hit along the right eye, and hopefully he's going to be all right. They get 2 fresh players into the contest, do the Del Mar Sharks. Owen comes in now, and Jacob is back into the match.
Hey, Brendan.
We're going to do the drop kick, or he's going to drop it for the Vaqueros, who are going to draw it all the way down toward the keeper.
Oh, Addison, get to the top of the box. Good, well done. Come on, guys, where's the middle? Mick and Owen, let's go, get busy. Play him. Good. Go, keep on, Mick. Beat him.
Moving up the field, the Del Mar Sharks with Mick. And the ball knocked out of play. It's going to be another CK. The 10th CK of the match. Third one here in the second half for the Sharks. And this was pushed toward the keeper, and the save is made. Out of Vaqueros here on the Del Mar Sharks home field. The Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park over here in Carmel Valley. Carmel Valley area. Not too far from the 56 freeway here in San Diego. We don't get a chance to do much here in San Diego, but this is our area where we reside, and it's great to be able to do that. We were in Huntington Beach yesterday.
Come on, Colin.
doing the Coast Soccer League,
Great stuff, Owen.
biggest
Again, Mick, lift it up.
soccer league in Southern California.
Don't line. Don't line, no, don't line.
But it's great to be able to do the Presidio League here. We've done some championship games in the Presidio Cup, and on it is Jacob. Jacob, who did very well in the first half, drawing it back to Mick. Mick, service into the 18-yard box, intercepted by the Vaqueros, and just outside the 18-yard box, pushing it upfield with Owen now. Owen, they're on it towards the central there, and Owen now can't win it. And the Vaqueros win it now, and they have something going here as they head toward the attacking third, but it got intercepted. There is Colin. Colin was trying to push it up forward, but number 9 has it now. Number 9 under a lot of pressure with Brady. Brady was there, but of course, who's there to make the big play? The man in the back, doing what he needs to do, and he's done it all game long, and that is, of course, Brandon, number 11,
Win it, Mick. Step up.
for the Del Mar Sharks.
Come on, Jacob. What are we doing? Jacob.
In the space, though, here's number 11 for the Vaqueros. Vaqueros now on the run in the attacking third. There's Brandon again, intercepting the soccer ball, and there he goes, pushing it for an early ball for Jacob, but he didn't quite get it. As in a space with a Vaquero player, and he intercepted it, got it to his teammate, and he gets something going down the left flank.
Now we go gap. Good. Now we go.
These young players really have to be in shape. It's a little bit bigger field than normal for what you would call 8-on-8. Here in the Presidio League. At least bigger than what we dealt with yesterday in the under 9. To the outside. The Vaqueros. Brandon was there in the space, but coming over there in support was Owen. Owen covering into space since Brandon wasn't there that time. In a deep back. Left side defense that time. Here's Brandon. Brandon trying to get it to Jacob, but was intercepted as their lone player crossed midfield.
Let's go. Work hard.
Central defender intercepted and pushed across midfield, and that ball goes out of play on a near side touchline, and it's 0-0 match. And Jin New Kang comes back into the contest. He is okay. Number 10 for the Sharks, replacing Brady.
Stay back to Addison.
The Sharks on the near side, looking for somebody to possess the soccer ball, looking for Mick there. It was a little bit too far for him, but it was knocked out by the Vaquero player, as you saw. And out of 50-50 ball, Mick got a strike, but it's intercepted, and now it goes towards Mick, and it was off his foot.
Back up.
And so 24 gets to throw it in.
Come on, get to it. Jacob. And again, Mick, step on it.
And 24 pushing that ball toward the interior. But Mick has it now, and it goes to Benjamin, who pushed it forward. And now back to Benjamin after a pass from Jacob, and it goes all the way down to the box. But ranging off to his left was the Vaquero keeper to make the save. No problem, plenty of time and space there.
Brandon, what are we doing?
Brandon on that intercept, but they were able to win it along their right flank. And number 3 chasing it down. Is he going to be able to keep it in? He keeps it in. And the Vaqueros now. Number 3, he goes around Brandon. Nice move. And a 6-yard box takes a shot, and it is off the side of the net there. But he was able to get around Brandon that time and get a shot. And that shot went off the net. Not quite accurate enough, but it's not a bad play.
Putting it on this side. Slide over. Let's go.
For the Vaqueros, and the Vaqueros can they keep it in the defensive half of the Sharks in this 0-0 match.
Hey, win it here, Mick.
Off the
Win it.
6,
Get it through, Owen. Get it through.
6-yard box, upfield, but intercepted by number 11. He's in the corner of the box. Draws it back toward the central, and on it, Jinu Kang, and he pushes it down to central, but Jacob's not there, so the Vaqueros, number 17, has it. He pushes out to the wide. He's going to get by Jinu Kang. That's number 9. Number 9 has been something for them in this match, but coming over there to protect was Jinu Kang, covering well. They protected well in that space that time as Jinu Kang going all the way back toward the line and knock that soccer ball out and not allow any kind of a turn or a service. Only the second corner kick for the Vaqueros in the match.
Away!
Off the corner, and then it carried to one of their players, number 14. He put it over the top of the net. But he was right there dangerously, and he just couldn't handle it to be able to put it down a little closer towards getting it in the back of the net.
Owen, slide over,
so now it is going to be in this 0-0 match. As we wind our way towards the end of the match, will it remain 0-0? Or will one of these two teams in the under-9 category here in the Presidio League score a goal? Cross midfield, going to Jacob. And since it's league play, it's something that is going to be added up on a points or wins and losses. So you want to try to get a win. It's not like as if you're going to be out of action within the week. It's not a tournament, but you want to try to get as many wins as you can. But if you get a tie, it's not a bad thing. You just don't want to get a loss. So both teams could be satisfied somewhat with a tie. Soccer is very much like that,
push in the middle ball.
where it's not a bad thing if you do have a tie.
Well done.
The other sports, they're going to take care of the tie action in every sort of contest that there is and make sure there really isn't a tie. But soccer is set up a little differently, where ties are not bad, but you just don't want a loss. Number 11 on it for the Vaqueros. He's having problems now, and Jacob comes over there to it. And the Sharks, the Vaqueros, and going down, and that is Benjamin, who got bumped and knocked down. No call at the initial time by the center ref. And we'll take a moment in this 0-0 match. We'll be right back. Okay, Benjamin is going to be coming off. And there's going to be a fresh player coming in. Kyle coming into the match, as Benjamin having a hard time walking off the field. And it'll be a drop kick. And a 50-50 ball, and it goes all the way down to the Vaquero keeper. He's able to make the save. And we hope Benjamin will have an opportunity to come back in this match before it's over, like Jinu Kang, who did, and is out there right now. But we'll see. And that ball trickling over to the keeper again. He makes the save. Intercepted that time by Kyle. And out to the wide, number 9 chasing it down for the Vaqueros. It goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. Jinu Kang's going to throw it in. Jinu Kang looking for Kyle. Kyle didn't get it. The Vaqueros have it in their own half, trying to push it by Brandon. He says, I'm having none of that, and I'm going to push it right back into your own defensive half. And he finds Mick. Mick in the central. Mick on the run. Mick trying to beat number 14. Can he do that? No, he won't be able to as they win it, and they push it out of play on the near side touchline, as they had him marked heavily that time. They were able to catch up to him, and he will They're going to say it is a throw-in, very near the corner kicking area for the Sharks. Into the 18-yard box, trying to get another strike, and it runs over to 11 for the Vaqueros, and they're able to push it out of their 18-yard box. And on the near side, and it goes out of play. Number 5 for the Vaqueros running hard to try to get to that soccer ball, but he ran out of real estate. He had too much pace on it that time. And the Sharks in their own half are going to throw it in. The young Delmar Sharks and the Poway Vaqueros still knotted up in a 0-0 match here in Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park. Greg G.K. Porter with George Langevin on the camera, watching this one to see who might win this Presidio League match, or will it be a tie? Time running out on both clubs.
Kyle, find the green shirt. Let's go, Kyle.
Mick on the intercept after the throwing by the Vaqueros, but it goes all the way back, chasing it down to Jinu Kang, and it goes off of Brandon, and Brandon has to watch out because there's 2 players, the Vaqueros, that were in the neighborhood, and he's able to push it, as he has been able to do in this match, upfield. On the near side is Mick. Mick waiting for it. He's got it now. Mick gonna accelerate, and he gets it over to Jacob. Nice move towards the central. However, they're able to win it, the Vaqueros, and push it out of there. Nice play that time as number 3 for the Vaqueros, able to do what you see the world-class players do, control the soccer ball, but then getting back nicely was Colin to not allow him to go any further. On the outside is Brandon. Brandon, who's been a thorn in the side for the Vaqueros this match, but number 9, who has tried to do something against the Sharks, and they do get a shot at a save. Saved by Addison. He hasn't had too many of those in this half as keeper, but he makes the save. He's in the right spot. And keeping it 0-0. 50-50 ball won by the Sharks. And nicely done by Kyle up forward to Jacob, but Jacob couldn't continue on. Pushed out by the Vaqueros. Substitutions. Center ref looking at his watch. That means it's very, very close. And we got a keeper change now, as going in is going to be Benjamin to play the very last few minutes of this match as keeper. And Addison is going to get out there, and he's going to take Kyle's spot to see what they can do to try to put one in the back of the net in the waning moments of this match. Center ref still looking at his watch. Colin going to throw it in on the near side, trying to find Mick, but it's knocked out of play. But they gain a little real estate. Colin again. Ten corner kicks in his match, up in the air to save by the Vaqueros keeper, and he's able to make the last save. And even though the 10 corner kicks have happened for the Delmar Sharks versus 2 for the Vaqueros, they're not able to get one in the back of the net. And we hope you enjoyed this match in the Presidio League for the boys under 9. And the Delmar Sharks will defend at least their home field without a loss here against the Poway Vaqueros. Stick with us. There'll be interviews and closing comments from this boys under 9 match in the Presidio League today. We'll be right back. Greg G.K. Porter here with the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park, and of course the team that we just got through seeing out there on the pitch, and that was the Delmar Sharks, and they're going to talk to us and introduce themselves. Here we go.
My name's Kyle Blazer, and I go to Sycamore Ridge School. I think the game, I think it really, the other team played well and we played well, and that's all.
Okay, beautiful.
My name's
kind of stuff, guys.
My name's Brady Farber, and I go to Ocean Air. There was a couple fouls, and yeah. Okay. I didn't know what to say.
My name's Owen Underwood, and I go to Delmar Heights. I think this was a pretty close game.
Okay.
My name is Brandon Coletta. I go to Sycamore Ridge, and I think this game was evenly matched.
Good job.
My name's Brandon Antoniadis. I go to Slaughter Highlands. I think we could have done better.
My name is Jenny King, and I go to Sycamore Ridge. I think both of the teams played well in this game, and I think we both had a lot of chances to score.
Good.
My name is Addison Morgan. I go to Torrey Hills Elementary. The thing I like about the soccer is just playing as a team.
My name's Mick Davey, and I go to Little Hill Elementary. And about the game, it was fun because I never played against that team, and it was just fun.
My name is Colin Duff, and I go to Ocean Air, and I play defense, but the game was really challenging, but it was fun.
My name is Jacob, and I'm a forward. My school is Slaughter Highlands, and what else are you supposed to say?
Go Delmar Sharks.
Go Delmar Sharks.
All right. Greg G.K. Porter back here with the head coach, and your?
Coach Roy Ashcroft.
Coach Roy Ashcroft. Roy, talk a little bit about just the way your team played today.
I thought it was fantastic today. We had a little bit of a rocky start yesterday. It was the first game. A lot of these guys are getting started for the first season at under 9, so there's still a little bit organisation skills we got to work on. But today I thought he was very organised, made some good passes, had some good opportunities. The game was a great game. It was pretty even both ways. The Vaqueros had chances, we had chances, and that's what it's all about for these boys' development. So fantastic, real proud of them today. Great job.
You've been involved with this before, Roy, and what was that?
I've been around for a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Roy.
Thank you.
And
Ready? We're going to say 1, 2, 3, BU9 rocks. Ready? As loud as you can. Ready?
Wait, what?
1. After we say 3, you say BU9 boys rock. Who can say that? Or do you want to say we rock?
No.
We rock. We rock. No, we
rock. Ready?
No, Sharks rock.
Okay, Sharks rock. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Sharks rock!
And you have the sentiment of the Delmar Sharks and their parents and followers, as well as their coach, Roy Ashcroft. We hope you enjoyed this one from the Torrey Hills Neighborhood Park up here in Carmel Valley. San Diego, we finally get a chance to be down here and do some stuff in the Presidio League. I'm Greg Porter. For George on the camera, saying take care of yourselves. God bless, and as always, save this one on your hard drive. Bye now.